support her plans to focus on economic growth and development, prioritizing decent jobs for young people. We endorse her initiatives to revitalize industrial hubs and increase employment opportunities. Additionally, we back her commitment to enhanced beneficiation in agriculture and mining, including greater exploration for minerals and the processing of primary products supported by quotas and value-added strategies. The emphasis on health, education, tourism, as well as hospitality, and basic services such as water provision are also crucial areas that should place young people at the center. We aspire to see the same level of energy and commitment mirrored across all provinces, as well as at a national level. Deputy President, I must highlight our hope to see more young people representing our nation. Currently, approximately 34% of the South African population falls between the ages of 18 to 34. However, less than 25% of members of parliament are under the age of 39, with the average age of the 400 MPs being 50 years of age. Now, in a country where the average age is 27 years old, this disparity does not present a positive outlook for the youth. More can and needs to be done. While we continue to draw inspiration from and reflect on the youth of 1976, we should use this day and time to forge partnerships for the development of youth today and in the future. As the custodians of youth development, we understand that government alone cannot do the work of youth development. So we continue to call on the private sector, civil society, and all social partners to dig deeper, do better, do more, and do it faster. And not only on Youth Month, as our youth demographic dividend requires that young people be placed at the center of all social and economic programs of this country. Now, the 2024 Youth Month has focused on sports for youth development to celebrate diversity and unity through sports. While promoting healthy lifestyles, sports also has the potential to create sustainable, scalable models for social change. As a human right and a valuable tool for social cohesion, sports can make a significant impact. Throughout this month, we will showcase the numerous opportunities for investment and growth in sports for youth development. We aim to mobilize, sensitize, empower, and inspire the youth to use sports as an effective response to social and economic challenges. This includes fostering participation, social cohesion, and a sense of belonging amongst the youth. As the NYDA, we will continue to pursue programs that open access and create opportunities for young people. This board has presided over an agency that has funded thousands of youth-owned enterprises and cooperatives. Over 20,000 youth were placed in jobs or had them sustained. Over 80,000 were capacitated with skills for the job market, and over 50,000 participated in community and volunteer work just in the last financial year. Our post-disbursement analysis informs us that for every youth enterprise that is supported, about 3 jobs are created and sustained. Here today, there are over 110 organizations and entities to support youth development and businesses. Maximize this day through engaging with them, networking with the various departments, and the product offerings that they make available. These opportunities require young people to take them and not sit back and enjoy today's festivities, as you too have a role to play in the future of this country. Now, this year marks the 45th anniversary of Solomon Mahlangu's execution. Last month, we celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu Scholarship Fund, established by the NYDA with the support of the Mahlangu family and the foundation. We have spent the last decade turning dreams into reality by supporting hundreds of undergraduates and postgraduates in fields such as health sciences, built environment, natural sciences, commerce, law, and social sciences. One of the beneficiaries is the high achiever, Ms. Marumo Masimola, who is present with us today. We take this opportunity to call on all social partners to increase their support for this particular fund. In conclusion, as we embark on the next 30 years of democracy, we need the active participation of our youth. Echoing a popular slogan from the disability rights movement in the 1990s, there should be nothing about us without us. To quote Dr. Popi, when answering a question of how she feels as a person being given such a responsibility, she responded that she was honored and has told herself, and I quote, "You dare not fail the people of this province." Close quote. With those words, and on behalf of South African youth, we say to the new administration at both provincial and national levels, a massive task lies ahead of you. You dare not fail the youth of this country. Thank you very much.
Matsogo, re kgopela le mmethele matsogo. Thank you very much, the chairperson of the NYDA, Ms. Luaka. Thank you very much, Maureen, for unpacking all the economic opportunities for inclusive economic growth, to make sure that indeed we address the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment, and the inequalities which are hard hit at our youth, persons with disabilities, and the women. Thank you so much. Let me take this opportunity to invite on the stage our Tintswalos. These are the endorsers who are going to tell us how the 30 years of democracy has touched their lives. Indeed, they're saying that the people are their own liberators. We are going to hear from them, and they're invited on the stage. It's Mr. Alwanda Skosana, Ms. Marumo Masemola, and Mr. Clement Mausa. In that order, please. Only 5 minutes each. Can you please applaud our endorsers? Thank you so much.
With all protocol observed, first I would like to greet the Deputy President, the Deputy Minister, and the Premier, and the House at large. My name is Alwanda Sikosana. I'm a South African wheelchair tennis player, ranked #1 in Africa and 20 in the world. And I am part of the beneficiaries of the Sport, Arts and Culture program, which helped me a great deal, not only to empower my academics, but as well as my tennis career. They helped me not only by paying for my tournaments and everything that had to do with my tournaments, but also they helped me to gain the confidence that I needed, because they also gave me a chance to participate in tournaments which at that time were very expensive for me to play due to financial crisis, which were international. And with that experience, it helped me a great deal to become the player that I am today. And just before I leave the stage, I would like to share a short message to all the youth. I always tell people that I was never inspired to start tennis. I was never motivated by anyone to start tennis, but I was just obsessed with the mentality of showing people my abilities, because when people look at me, the first thing they see is my physical appearance, and they all automatically think I cannot do anything. But For me, it was always a mindset that I had every day to wake up and tell myself I have it, believe in myself, and not wait for anyone to tell me otherwise about myself, because I know myself better. So my message to all the youth is believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot do it, because you have what it takes to show them that you can do it. So just before I leave the stage, I just want to tell you that it is very important to believe in yourself. It is really important to live the best version of yourself, because people will only start joining when you have made it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I get an indication where Marumo Masemola and Clement Mausa are? Oh, okay. Re kgopela le mo feng matsogo, mo feng courage, courage, courage.
I get to make all the dumedisha ka moka. Kudu, the Deputy President, the Premier of the Limpopo Province, the NYDA Board, Lina Bashwa Balore Litlilemo, to attend this beautiful event. My name is Marumo Masemola, and I'll just give you a brief background about myself. Growing up, I always wanted to be a chartered accountant. And in my matric year, I unfortunately learned that my family would not have enough funds to send me to an institution of higher learning. So most of my matric year, I spent on the internet looking for bursaries and scholarships, because I did not want to complete my matric and then sit at home. By God's grace, the NYDA, through the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund, offered me a scholarship to complete my Bachelor in Accounting Sciences degree. So, thank you. Thank you. So at the time, the NYDA only funded undergraduate studies. And for me to qualify as a chartered accountant, I needed to complete my honors, which is called CTA. So that meant that I need to find a sponsor as well for my postgraduate. So luckily, I had passed my undergraduate so well, and I was able to secure funding from SAICA through their Tutuka Bursary Fund. And through the NYDA and SAICA, I was able to qualify as a chartered accountant. Thanks. And the reason why I mention what I've just mentioned is that I think we as the youth need to start having honest conversations with ourselves or amongst ourselves. I think for the longest time, we've been having a dependency syndrome on the government. So when things don't go our way, we often want to blame external forces like, oh, the government is not doing anything to help me, and. So I could have easily gone into that route as well when I didn't have funding for my undergraduate. But instead, I decided to do something about it. Instead of waiting for the government to come and do something for me, I decided to go out there to find what the government has in store for me. Because unfortunately, the government is not going to come knocking at our doors to ask us if we have funding, if we have jobs, if we have funding to start our businesses. But we need to go out there to look for these opportunities. And contrary to popular belief, the government is actually doing quite a lot for the youth in South Africa. There's literally everything for everyone. So if you need funding, there's the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund that's available for you. And if you don't qualify for that, there's the NSFAS that's also available. And for people that are in the agriculture business, the NYDA, in partnership with the Agriculture Sector and Training Authority, hosted workshops on how to go about being in the agricultural sector, how to make it a success, and how to go about making a living out of agriculture. And for people that don't believe in the traditional schooling system, people that want to be entrepreneurs, there is the NYDA grant program that offers financial and non-financial support for people that want to start their businesses. And those that are in the textile industry, there is the Youth in Clothing and Textile Industry workshop that was held, I think, a few weeks ago, that's there to provide support for people that believe in fashion design. So there's literally everything for everyone. The government has offered these resources. We just need to go out there and take advantage of them and make a living out of them. And also the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention and the Presidential Employment Stimulus has offered up to 1.8 million jobs for the youth. So I think we need to really move from that narrative that the government is not doing anything for the youth. I think we need to step up, go and find these opportunities because they are there. And the other thing that I really want to advise us as a youth is to go after our wildest dreams. This means positioning yourself where you are noticeable by your future employer or you are noticeable by people that you want to associate with in the future. Say, for example, you want to be an actor or an actress. Clement is here today, so make sure that before he leaves, you have a conversation with him. If you are an aspiring chartered accountant and you need a mentor or a tutor, I'm here today. Make sure that I don't leave before you speak to me. And if you see that there's a potential business partner or your future employer here, speak to them. Make yourself visible to them because there's already competition in our country to get jobs. So instead of complaining about the high unemployment rate, I think it's time to make us distinct so that you are able to get job opportunities or job offers. One other thing, I think we need to make LinkedIn our friend. And we also need to look at what your social media is feeding you. So I think we need to stop unfollowing gossip pages and follow people that are influential to us. So when you open your social media, you'll see that influential woman or man, and then automatically you are motivated. So in essence, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you need to go out there, go after your wildest dreams, position yourself in a state where you will be noticeable. I'll give you a prime example of myself. So I had made it a point that before I reach the age of 30, I want to be sitting at a board position in a particular company. Already on my LinkedIn, I am following people that are already in board positions. I am DMing them and asking them for coffee dates because I still have 4 years to get to 30, but I need to build those relationships now so that when the opportunity comes, I'm already competent and I have mentors and tutors who will be able to take me through the journey of being a board member. And who knows, those people that I'm having conversations with, the board members I mean, when there's an opportunity in their boards, maybe they might end up calling me to say, hey, are you keen? Because I've showed interest, I've shown hunger for being a board member. I think that's how we need to approach our lives as well. If you think Nedbank or NYDA is a future employer, DM the key personnel in those organizations, in those institutions, so that you are visible. So when there's a job opening, they will think about you. When you go for an interview and they're part of the panel, they'll recognize you and chances of you getting that job will be very high. And once you have taken advantage of these opportunities and you have that dream job or that dream business, remember to pay it forward. Well, in this instance, it's not paying it forward, it's actually paying it back because you have taken from the government either through a grant or bursary or scholarship. Now you need to pay it back. You had a right, so now you need to reciprocate with a responsibility. So I was offered the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund, meaning I took from the government. So once I qualified as a chartered accountant, I identified 1,000 students at the University of Limpopo, and I provided 1,000 monthly parcels for them, so that they don't study on an empty stomach. Thank you. I also provided funding or bursaries to the students as well in partnership with one of the big 4 banks in South Africa. So I guess in essence, when you have taken the government from the government, remember that you have a responsibility to pay it back or pay it forward. And that in that instance, we will make sure that there is actually, or the youth or people that come after us are actually skilled or competent to take our democracy to the next level. I will close with Mr. Kofi Annan's words, who is the former Secretary of the United Nations. He said, give the young people a chance. Have confidence in the young people, and they will surprise you. In this instance, the government has been confident in us by providing us all these opportunities that are available. We just need to take advantage of them and be our greater selves. This economy, our government, and our country depends on us. Thank you.
Can you give a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Masemula. Are you ready for Clement Waskim-Sam?
Thobela. Okay, ba swara celebrate agere. E ba fe thuntela ma flight la poni Tichovicho. E ba fe thuntela ma flight la poni Tichovicho. All right, that's more like it. Thank you so much. I would like to take this moment and can we settle down? Thank you so much. I'm very much honored to be here today. And I would like to greet His Excellency, the Deputy President, and also congratulate our first female Premier, Dr. Poki. Congratulations. As the province, we're really honored, and we know that we are about to start working and deliver, right? And can I also recognize all the dignitaries that are here? I would like to say all protocol observed. All right, my name is Clement Maosa, but I know most of the young people here know me as Kwaito from Skim Sam, right? Right, so today standing here, I'm representing all the youth from Limpopo. I'm one person who grew up in the dusty streets of Bochum. Both my mom and dad were domestic workers. And a lot of my peers told me that I will never make it, I'll never be on TV, right? But I knew that if I can just be persistent and make sure that I always go after information, I can make it. Because you can imagine if you're growing up from the rurals, a lot of people will tell you that your dreams are not valid. So I'm standing here to tell the youth that your dreams are valid, and all these people that are here are actually here to support you. And I also want to make you aware that we are celebrating 30 years of freedom. And it is this freedom that has allowed me, as a young creative in the entertainment industry, to can be on the world stage and represent my people and my community and authentically tell my African stories. So I just want to say shout out to the 30 years of freedom, 30 years of democracy. I thought you would clap hands for me. Cool. Again, Baswa, I want you to be aware that being young, it means that you are full of potential. Never look down upon yourself. You must always know that there's people out there who will always help you in terms of what you want to achieve. So today we are celebrating. We're not going to say a lot of things. DP, yesterday I was with the DM from Sports, Art and Culture, and she said to me, Memafu, she said to me, Clement, why are you wearing a suit? Because we are celebrating the youth. So you can't wear a suit and look formal. You must wear like this. So today I'm wearing a cap. That's why I don't want to look formal. So all the youth that are here, your dreams matters. We support you. We're saying your dreams can happen only if usadule fase wagitela go fase. They normally say uzoitola kanjani mawuhlele khoneni. So today we are here. We know that our dreams are possible because there are those who came before us and they paved the way for us. Thank you so much. Baswa, before Getamaya, just quickly, I just want Baswa Kamugana Bona by MLL for 2 seconds. Fast. Baswa Kamugana Linemelela. Let's do this. Say, we are the future. We are the future. No one can stop us. Nothing can stop us. Thank you so much.
We are the future. No one can stop us. These are our Tinsolos, and we thank you so much. We have heard them, the three of them. They were articulating the strides that the 30 years of democracy has done to them. And I want to indicate that indeed they can attest, because we have other youth who will say 1994 is the same as 2024, who deliberately turn a blind eye on the strides that this government has provided for 30 years of democracy. And those are the learners who benefited from birth, receiving the primary health care, receiving the basic education, and also receiving the NSFAS in the institution of higher learning. Thank you so much, because indeed you could attest what this democracy has done to you. Let me take this opportunity without much ado to invite on the stage the Pan-African Schools football launch. These are the athletes, the under 15 from the school sport. These are the learners from Edendale Technical College in KZN who won the AFCON Cup when they beat Morocco, and they'll be coming here to showcase their trophy. Can you please give them a round of applause as they are showcasing their trophy? They are accompanied by the Deputy Minister, the most energetic Deputy Minister, Minister Mokaba.
And we are here to present this trophy to show you guys that we deserve this and this cup belongs here in South Africa. On my left hand side, we have two individuals who represented us in Spain. They're currently based in Spain. They play for La Liga Academy in Madrid. Their names is Nobahle and Snazo. We played the COSAFA tournament and were able to bring individual awards like Player of the Tournament, Top Goal Scorer, Goalkeeper of the Tournament, and in the previous tournament that we played, we also brought Goalkeeper of the Tournament, meaning she's the best goalkeeper in Africa. So her name is Dineo, her name is Tando, sorry. Yes. So we as the under 15 national team want to say to all young boys and young girls who want to achieve what we have achieved. You know, I know it's hard to be able to balance school and sports, but all we want to say is believe in yourself and make sure that every day you work hard and listen to your parents. Thank you.
present here, Director General and HODs, the chairperson of the NYDA, Mama Asanda Luwaga, esteemed guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, young people of South Africa, Dumelang. Abshen. Sanbonan. Good day. It is an honor to be part of the 2024 National Youth Day as the first official event of South Africa in the 7th administration. This year also marks the 48th anniversary of the 1976 student uprising, where a series of demonstrations and protests were led by black school children in South Africa to protest against the apartheid system. The students who marched on the June 16, 1976 did more than simply registering their political opinions. In fact, they gathered, marched together side by side, and acted as a collective in their fight for justice and liberation. They serve as an instrument of social and political change in South African society. Important to note is that their action amplified their opposition to the apartheid government, educational policies, reignited the public flame of resistance, and immensely contributed to the liberation and end of ushered the democracy thousands and millions of South Africa have been enjoying in the last 30 years. Today, the events of the June 16, 1976 must not only just be seen as part of history, safely sealed away in the past, but must be seen as an ongoing part of progress of constituting democracy and shaping the ways in which it must be maintained. Therefore, today must be an opportunity to think about, reimagine what our post-apartheid democracy means to the ordinary. We must deliberately create an environment for our youth to be creators of peace and development in their society. And in this regard, the youth as the future of our country have an important part to play in shaping our democracy. Already we've had achievements that have been made in the last 30 years from the youth themselves. And in line with our mandate to lead a socio-economic transformation and implementation of empowerment and participation of women, youth and persons with disability through mainstreaming, advocacy, monitoring and evaluation. Our Department of Women, Youth and Persons with Disability continues to advocate and monitor how all sectors of society develop and empower young women to overcome the triple challenges of inequality, employment, and poverty. As a result, our government, working with all sectors of the society, is deliberate in addressing the challenges that continue to negatively affect our youth, such as high unemployment rate, which in 1996, national census recorded it to be 53.2%. Poor quality of education, poor physical and mental health, which often culminate in illness such as depression and high suicide rate, gender-based violence and femicide, and increasing substance abuse and teenage pregnancy, to name the few. However, as the government, we acknowledge that despite all these challenges, our youth remain resilient. We must therefore continue to intensify our actions to mobilize and engage them. Hence, our department developed a cabinet-approved national youth policy which advocates for quality education outcomes, facilitating that young people access to economic opportunities that will enable them to enter in the labor market, promoting the physical and mental health of our youth by coordinating and overseeing the national response to gender-based violence and femicide, and developing the National Council on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Act, which was recently signed into law by the President of the Republic, His Excellency, Tata Cyril Ramaphosa, ensuring young people's access to recreational and sport facilities to keep them occupied and reduce their likelihood of being gangs, enhancing social cohesion, national building, enhancing the national machinery, such as improving the operational efficiency of National Youth Development Agency through amending its founding legislation, the NYDA Act. For of essence is that young people must be mobilized to actively participate in awareness campaigns, policy dialogue, community service, voluntary work, and be encouraged to use social media platforms as a tool for voicing their opinions, supporting various causes, and shedding light on critical issues that affect them and their immediate communities. Honorable chairpersons of this august event, having learned the truth from the COVID-19 pandemic that health is wealth, today we are promoting participation in sport as a means to maintain physical and mental balance. Sports can help prevent illness, can entertain our youth, teach them how to handle successes and how to deal with failures, build their confidence, encourage them to continuously preserve, improve their fitness, compassion, and tolerance. To be honest, sports can teach all of us, regardless of age, to work together as a team. Most of you might have heard the statement that, I quote, a healthy mind results in a healthy body, close quote. It is therefore clear that by engaging in sport on a regular basis, our bodies can be energized and we can start living a happy and healthy life. Just like education, it plays a major role in shaping the lives of individuals. Sports can also be a great source of success, even though the importance of sports is high. The truth is that it is not even considered necessary by most people. Society is still unaware of its importance or is neglecting it blindly. Honorable chairperson of this event, ladies and gentlemen, today I have an honor to bring before you and introduce a man who needs no introduction. His accomplishments are too many to name. That man of our Deputy President, His Excellency, Tata Mashatile, who is the 9th Deputy President in the Democratic area. Deputy President Mashatile is not new in government. Among other positions he held in government is that he was a Minister of Arts and Culture between 2010 and 2014, and the chairperson of Parliament Appropriation Committee from 2014 to 2016. He was in Gauteng. He served as an MEC of Transport and Roads, Public Works, Safety and Security, Finance and Economic Affairs, Human Settlements, and COGTA, and also a premier of that province from 2008 and 2009. Having served as a leader of government, Deputy President Mashatile brings a vast experience, wisdom, and dedication to our collective efforts of selfless service to our people. Allow me, Honorable Chairperson of this august event, by kindly invite His Excellency, our Deputy President of the Republic, Mayor Tata Mashatile, to the podium for him to address the occasion of commemorating of 2024 National Youth Day. I call upon His Excellency Tata Mashatile to the podium. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister. Before the Deputy President comes and addresses us, re nyako remelle ganyane re jiveng ganyane akere re mutlise mo staging le ena a bine ganyane re otlolle mebile ya rena, so re tlo gopela gore ba ba le mo staging e leng bona ensemble ba ke ba re direle dipina tše pedi le dance tše pedi before Deputy President take over the podium. Ensemble, you can go ahead.
Roar, young lions, roar. Roar, young lions, roar. Zayithola kanjani? Hlele khoneni. Zoyithola kanjani? Hlele khoneni. Halala Limpopo, halala. Halala Limpopo, halala. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Let's see. It's sharp. Thank you very much. Program directors, Me Maropene Ramukhopa, the Acting Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, and Ms. Nakedi Grace Kekana, the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture in Limpopo. Let me take this opportunity to greet the Premier of Limpopo, new from the box, Dr. Popi Ramatu. Let me also greet the Speaker of Limpopo, also new from the box, Me Makoma Makurupej. I want to take this opportunity also to greet the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Ntate Ronald Lamula, Deputy Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Me Notawe Mafu, Deputy Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Me Sisisi Tolashe. Let me also greet all the ministers and deputy ministers who may be here that I have not seen. Let me greet the Executive Mayor of Polokwane, Local Municipality Councillor John Mpe, the Executive Mayor of Capricorn District, Councillor Mamidou P. Ms. Ayanda Luwaka, Chairperson of NYDA, and the leadership of NYDA here present. Let me also greet the CEO of the Youth Employment Service, Mr. Ravi Naidu. Greet all leaders of political parties who are present here with us today. Kidumedishe Mahoshi Aruna, Alinkona Luhonu, Banda Bezita Inkwabo Amisheweta Dabezit. Let me greet all youth formations present here today. Last but not least, all the young people of South Africa. Rere Tobela, Abshe, Dimacheroni, Dumelar, program directors. The National Youth Day this year take place on the day we are also celebrating Father's Day. Let me take this opportunity to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day as they enjoy it here with us today. We urge you to continue to support your children and your families. Your role is beyond your immediate children and families. We also urge you to support children and families out there and really go out of your way today to spoil them. Program Director, it is my honor to address this Youth Day celebration in a place named after one of our country's greatest sons, Peter Ramushwana Mokaba, the Lion of the North, who is also known for his role as a leading voice amongst the youth in the struggle against apartheid. Today we remember and salute him and the brave youth who fought for the liberation of our country. These warriors showed unwavering determination and were willing to risk their lives against the oppressive racist regime. The uprising, especially in 1976, June 16, were a powerful statement of the youth's desire for change and a better future. It was a brave act of defiance against a system that sought to suppress their potential and destroy their dreams. The ideals for which they lived and died should serve as a great source of inspiration for all of our country's youth as they pursue an inclusive economic growth. As we traverse the economic challenges, we urge the youth to adopt the same attitude as Hector Peterson, Mbuyiswa Makubu, Tsietsi Mashinini, and all the youth of 1976, whose sacrifices gave birth to our political freedom. Their efforts have set us on the right path towards a South Africa that is non-racial, non-sexist, and democratic. It is because of their contribution that we were able to vote on the 7th national and provincial elections, in which more than 16 million South Africans exercised their democratic right to vote without fear or intimidation. On the 14th of June, we witnessed the ushering in of the 7th Parliament through the election of a Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and more importantly, we elected 2 women whom we are confident that will lead our Parliament to greater heights. Equally, we witnessed the very motto of our country being put into practical action, which is unity in diversity. In our diversity, we put our differences aside and voted for the President-elect, President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa. We are confident that under President Ramaphosa and the African National Congress-led government of national unity, we will continue to address the challenges facing young people in this country. In this regard, we will in the next 5 years focus on creating jobs, building an inclusive and growing economy. We will equally focus on implementing a program focused on skilling youth with the skills of the future. Re batla hore batho ba baswa ba be le meshomo. Our young people must have work opportunities. Fellow South Africans, after these 3 decades of democracy, we have once again demonstrated our dedication to the values and principles of democracy through fair, free, fair elections. The elections were a clear demonstration of the strength and vibrancy of our constitutional democracy, highlighting our firm confidence and faith in our transparent and democratic processes. Similar to the events of 1994, the long queues witnessed on voting day served as an affirmation that our democracy is alive at work. Through your vote, you have spoken and given us all a clear message. You want us as political leaders to put our differences aside and work together to build our country and address the challenges affecting our people, but particularly the youth of our country. We are determined to put our differences aside and use our collective strength, skills, and experience to create the South Africa that the fallen heroes of the 1976 uprising fought for. In working towards achieving the National Development Plan Vision 2030, which aims to eradicate poverty and decrease inequality, we need to keep in mind that young people make up more than 2/3 of the population of our country, making them the biggest community in South Africa. Therefore, we cannot move forward without them, without the youth of our country. The National Development Plan places youth at the center of our country's development, correctly arguing that youth participation in our developmental initiative is critical to meeting our growth targets. As a result, we must include young people in discussions that influence their current and our future growth. We are all aware of the challenges that the current government and the current generation of youth face, which includes, amongst others, poverty, social inequality, poor mental health, and also high levels of unemployment. We are also aware that funding has been a challenge as a result of the administrative challenges or difficulties at the National Students Financial Aid Scheme, NSFAS. Together with the youth, we will ensure that NSFAS is administered efficiently, effectively, and that no one is left behind. Re tlo lokisha taba e ya NSFAS gore ka moka bana ba rona ba tshwantse ba hwetse di-bursary le di-loan ba di hwetse. The National Student Financial Aid Scheme remains a critical vehicle that supports students from poor and working class families, with over 70% of university students and more than 90% of TVET college students benefiting from NSFAS with bursaries and loans. Ladies and gentlemen, we must collectively address these challenges. Neither the government or the private sector alone should be responsible for them. These challenges necessitate a whole of society approach. In other words, we must work together. The private sector, government, and civil society must work together to address these challenges. We have to work together to provide young people, especially those in remote rural areas, with better access to quality education that can empower them with the basic skills to become more productive in society. We need to equip young people with the necessary skills to adapt to the labor market, but especially to the fourth industrial revolution. This means that we must take more steps to connect our communities to ICT infrastructure. In April of this year, I had the honor of launching phase 2 of South Africa Connect program with Minister Mondli Gungubele here in Limpopo, which intends to bridge the digital divide between the wealthy and the disadvantaged. This effort seeks to empower young people to participate in the global society and create or find employment from the comfort of their homes. And this is already a reality. When we were here with Minister Gungubele in Limpopo, there were young people who were showing us how they were applying for jobs in the comfort of their homes. We must also collaborate to address the growing concern about poor mental health amongst young people. Even more worrying is that mental health services and support systems are often inadequate, leading to the non-diagnosis and lack of treatment of mental health or mental illnesses amongst young people. Moreover, many young people have been negatively affected and socially excluded due to social stigma associated with mental illness and also disabilities, as well as the bullying and rejection of the LGBTQI plus individuals. As we celebrate Pride Month, we must remember that the LGBTQI plus people are more than twice as likely as straight men and women to experience also mental health issues in their lifetime. They have a 2.5 times higher risk of depression, anxiety, and substance abuse than heterosexuals. We cannot allow this to continue on our watch. We need to protect everybody's rights and support those who require health care. As young people, I urge you to use your voice to condemn injustice and unfair treatment of the LGBTQI plus individuals. Program directors, I would like to commend the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture for promoting the Sports for Youth Development initiative as a serious medium of intervention that promotes the physical and mental health of youth and reinforces the fact that young people are at the heart of South Africa at work to promote unity, active citizenry, and development. Ladies and gentlemen, as we develop young people, especially young people socially, we must also not lose sight of empowering them economically. Economic growth, transformation, and job creation have been at the forefront of the 6th administration's program. Hence, the theme of this year's Youth Month is actively embracing the socio-economic gains of our democracy. Since 2019, we have implemented a range of growth-enhancing structural reforms to remove the constraints that have held back growth, attract higher levels of investments, and make our economy more efficient and competitive. At the top of government's list is making sure that young people get the education and skills they need. Like the father of our nation, President Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon with which we can change the world," close quote. Through education, the youth can be empowered towards economic freedom. Over the years, we have invested hugely in a transformed education system. We pride ourselves on the fact that our spending on education as a proportion of our overall government expenditure in GDP far exceeds the benchmark set by UNESCO, which recommends allocating 15 to 20% of public spending and about 4 to 6% of GDP to education. Program directors, despite the country's challenging financial circumstances, the government continues to invest in youth human capital development, allocating more than 31.8 billion rands for basic education in 2023 and 130.1 billion rand for post-secondary education training in 2022. Moving forward, we will continue to invest in the establishment of more inclusive education systems that provide quality education to children, particularly those from low-income and working-class families, beginning in the foundation phase and then continuing throughout to higher education. We are committed to addressing the plight of youth through the NYDA's Job Creation and Enterprise Development Program. Additionally, the NYDA provides a variety of programs to assist individuals pursuing higher education. Today, I had the privilege of meeting some of these beneficiaries of the NYDA program and trailblazers who are optimistic about our country's future. You yourself had an opportunity to listen to them this morning. These include Marumo Masemula, who through the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund obtained a Bachelor of Accounting Science degree at the University of Limpopo. Harimo Pele Mahofi. Remoni Marumo Ubulechele Rona this morning. In February 2024, she qualified as a chartered accountant. She continued her membership with African Women Chartered Accountants on a national level and now serves under the Professional Development Committee, where she advises the youth about career opportunities to allow to follow and also how to navigate being a young professional. I think she also said a lot about what she's doing and also assisting young people. Additionally, I had an opportunity as well to meet Alwande Sikosana. I met her here on the stage when he finished speaking. Now, Alandwe, as we have all seen, is a Paralympic athlete who is currently ranked #1 in Africa and 25th in the world. He won the first African Paralympic Games and qualified for a Paralympics. He uses sports to inspire young people and show that nothing is impossible. As President Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language that they understand," close quote. I also had the opportunity to engage with one of Limpopo's finest, Clement Mausa of Skimsam, who hails from here in Limpopo, Haram Mautla village. He exemplifies how one's aspiration can transcend geographical boundaries. Harmo pele mahofile. Despite their age, these young people have seized the opportunity provided by the democratic government and are significantly contributing to the development of our country. As a government, we want to see more young people actively involved in the economy and participating in decisions that affect their lives. Our democracy has provided you as young people with unprecedented opportunities for growth and development. As young people always says, nothing for us without us. As a youth, it is incumbent upon you to actively embrace these socio-economic gains and leverage them to create a better future for yourselves and generations to come. We need young people to rise up for themselves and become the change they desire. This time around, young people have a government that cares, that prioritizes their needs and wants to see them succeed, unlike that government of 1976. Our comprehensive approach to reducing youth unemployment includes formal education, internships, and assistance for youth entrepreneurship, particularly through the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention. These developments and empowerment initiative provides young people with the support they need to face and overcome all the obstacles they face. The government has implemented these initiatives to increase youth participation in the economy, such as the Presidential Employment Stimulus Program. This program has provided opportunities to over more than 1 million participants, and 84% of them are young people. Program directors, the government has also implemented the employment tax incentive to encourage the private sector to hire more young people by sharing the cost of employment with employers, encouraging the hiring of a large number of young people. In addition, the government has also introduced social employment initiatives that aim to address local needs such as community safety, early childhood development, and also deal with gender-based violence. Furthermore, we responded to the need for skills development and youth employment by allowing unemployed graduates to gain experience through the public service graduate internship and learnership programs. In order to strengthen service delivery, build patriotism, promote nation building, foster social cohesion, and help youth acquire the occupational skills necessary to access sustainable livelihood opportunities, we have revitalized the National Youth Service Program. Premier, I spoke to you earlier about this program. When we launched it with Minister Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma and Minister of Defense, Minister Thandi Modise, they were targeting to start with 100,000 young people. And we agreed with them that they are going to push that program. With the support of the presidency, we want to have or target 1 million young people. So Minister Thandi Modise was saying to me, we are starting with 100,000, Deputy President, because we don't have enough money. If you can help us, get us more money, we will indeed create a new target of 1 million young people. Program directors, we remain committed to championing programs and initiatives that limit the impact of unemployment amongst young people. To date, over 4.8 million young people have registered on South African Youth Mobi, a zero-rated online platform for young South Africans to access opportunities for learning and also for earning. As the government rolls out these various programs to draw young people into the economy, we need young people themselves to take up this challenge. Youth have the potential through united action to turn around the challenges of unemployment and take their rightful place in our society. As we celebrate our achievements, we must also commit to addressing these challenges head-on and working towards a more equitable and inclusive society. As the government, especially in the 7th administration, we will do everything in our power to mobilize all the resources at our disposal to have the opportunity to create better opportunities for our young people. We commit to improving our actions and prioritizing your needs. We will not go down the road that would be detrimental to our nation's future and the sacrifices made by the heroes and heroines of June 16, 1976. We must never forget that today's youth will become tomorrow's leaders, and failing to adequately prepare them for these responsibilities will only lead the nation into a downward spiral and a bleak future. Without the employment of young people, growth cannot occur. They represent our hopes for a better and more prosperous society. As envisaged by the NDP, young entrepreneurs, innovators, and other professionals will propel us as a nation, creating a more diverse and transformed economic landscape. It will continue to propel us forward. As I conclude, program directors, I am confident that the 7th administration will continue with efforts to position young people as essential drivers and beneficiaries of economic transformation. I urge all stakeholders, including business, civil society, and labor, to work with the government to address all issues affecting our young people. Any contribution to youth empowerment is an investment in a bright future for our country, not just for the youth, but our country as a whole. Program Director, I thank you for this opportunity. Ki a leboga, ki leboga go menagane, a khensa inkomo.
Thank you very much, Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa. Halala, Deputy President Mashatile, halala. Repilele, Deputy President Mashatile, repilele. Thank you very much for those fruitful words that have just displayed that the government that is led by the ruling party, the African National Congress, really does care about the youth of South Africa. The Deputy President, of course, outlined what the government has done in the past 30 years of democracy, but he has also given us hope that the ruling party, the government of the African National Congress, continues to care about the youth. Deputy President, yesterday, on the 15th of June, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture hosted the annual Creative and Cultural Industries Youth Expo at the University of Limpopo. This expo showcased and promoted to the youth the careers that are actually available in the cultural sectors. On Friday, the National Youth Development Agency, in collaboration with the Department of Correctional Services and the Department of Labor and Employment, hosted a certification ceremony for the youth welders who completed accreditation in welding courses. This took place, of course, in Fulfelo Secondary School. Having said that, are you ready for KO? Are you ready to dance and enjoy and celebrate with KO? Before that, Polokwane, relax. Let us invite to the podium our Executive Mayor of Capricorn District Municipality to just come and give us vote of thanks. Executive Mayor.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for the day. The Acting Minister of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable Maropini Ramokgopa, together with your co-program director, the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture in our province, MEC Nakedi Sevanda, His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Paul Mashatile, ministers who are amongst our midst, the Honorable Premier of our province, Mau Limpopo, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, Deputy Ministers, in particular, the Deputy Minister in the Presidency responsible for women, youth, and persons with disability. And not forgetting also the Deputy Minister for Sports, Arts and Culture, Honorable Mafu, the Speaker of Limpopo Legislature, Honorable Mokaba Makurubeje, the Executive Mayor for Polokwane Local Minister, not also forgetting members of Limpopo Legislature, Executive Chairperson of NYDA, Ms. Asanda Liwata, together with the entire board of NYDA, all executive mayors, councillors who are amongst our midst, Maparangwe Arena, and also representatives from SADC countries, the future of this country, our young people who are also here. Tobela. Thank you very much. I'm called upon here today to thank you for being part of these celebrations today. And it is also my honor to do so on behalf of the Capricorn District Municipality. And indeed, thank you everyone for joining this celebration as one of the most significant epochs on our national calendar, which affords us an opportunity to reflect on the 30 years of advancing the program of youth development, particularly the economic transformation for young people. And I must also indicate that Deputy President is befitting that this commemoration is celebrated here in the district of the former president of the ANC Youth League, Comrade Peter Mokaba, particularly in the stadium which is named after him, the Peter Mokaba complex. So we also thank national government for that. Let me also thank the two program directors for the day, for the job well done in driving this program with such speed and brilliance. We also want to take this opportunity to officially congratulate the newly elected first female premier of our province, Dr. Poppy Ramathuwa. And Deputy Minister Dolashi, this happened under your leadership. We are very grateful for that. And as I was looking at this table, you can see that the table is bright and beautiful. The Deputy President is alone. So this clearly shows that the future is young and the future is female. And we also want to thank the African National Congress for that. But importantly, we thank you, Magu Limpopo, the beautiful premier of our province, for your commitment to serving the province with dignity and for encouraging the young people of this province to take charge of their lives. We also want to thank NYDA, represented, of course, by its executive chairperson, for bringing us to speed with why we are here, and also being the advocate and also champion for young transformation agenda. We have seen your work together with your executive, and we are really indicating that young people are well represented. Continue doing the good work. We want to take this opportunity to thank the Deputy President of the Republic for the empowering address. The plight and dreams of young people are set on opportunities and entrepreneurial empowerment in order to break out of poverty and also enjoy a better life for all. As Frantz Fanon once said, the faces of young people are the faces of our past, our present, and our future. No segment in the society can match with the power, idealism, enthusiasm, and also courage of the young people, close quote. We continue to see and witness the proof of this with the energy and the will of young people to be given a chance to change their circumstances. We also want to thank our Tinswalos for sharing with us how the ANC-led government has assisted them to achieve their dreams. And that should be an inspiring message for all young people of our province to say that it is indeed possible. And it is also for that reason that as the Capricorn District Municipality, we encourage and support the spirit of entrepreneurship, education, training and internship opportunities for young people as a chance for them to have a foot in the door of prosperity. We also want to thank the Deputy President, Honorable Sisisi Tolashi, for encouraging young people to participate in sporting activities. With those few words, I take this opportunity once again to thank all of you for making this commemoration happen and also for being part of all of us here. Not forgetting representatives from SADC countries, thank you very much for the relations between yourselves and South Africa. To the young people of our province, the government of the day has your best interest at heart, and you dare not fail us. Re a leboga.
Re a leboga, bo mme ra ba